Alright, welcome back, folks. We're in the other semifinals. The winner of this is going to go on to fight against Solar in the grand finals, but for now we focus on this best of 5. Spawning here in the bottom left corner of Daybreak. It's going to be Invasion Gaming's Blue Terran, GumiHo.
Yep, right, as the red Zerg, it's dead pixels true.
So I think the first question that must be asked, needs to be asked, it's the old map pool. Does GumiHo still play mech?
Yes. And Daybreak isn't a bad map for it.
I think, yeah, Daybreak's one of the, maybe Akalon to an extent, but the rest of them, I mean, it's going to be really hard to get to that Turtle 4 base scenario that we've seen GumiHo classically make his own, right? I mean, you can play 3 base mech pretty effectively, that's no question, but for GumiHo specifically, it's always been that 4th base economy that lets him throw down those extra starports, get to battle cruisers, and we see him make players like Rogue and Impact and Life and others just cry at the prospect of dealing with that mech.
4 bases isn't that bad to get on Daybreak. I don't know about the other Dream Pool maps, but
There's
Daybreak
no way it's happening
actually...
at Shakuras.
yeah, for instance, Shakuras will probably be harder. It's a much bigger gap, but you know, Daybreak, you get. I mean, I think there were a couple of pro games where they were even getting the 3rd as the outlier base, and the 4th was the typical 3rd, but it was planetary. I don't know if that's actually gonna be the case here, but the point is that if you can defend the 3rd with just like a minimal amount of tanks and a good supply depot wall, and you get that 4th up in the middle of the base, there's like you know exactly where they're coming from at all times. You get like one sensor tower, and you'll see all the attack paths that you know. It's really obvious. It's Daybreak. They actually like their pathways. There's 3 pathways. It's really easy, and that's usually what we saw back when this was in the actual map pool. Was pretty strong defense from mech.
Yeah, I think the mech style, it really hasn't, I guess, changed too much. One of the biggest changes that we did see with the addition of the Swarm Host, kind of the late game mech, but I mean, outside of, I guess, Hellbat Thor pushes and things like that, I mean, it's still classically the same when you're playing the defensive style.
Yeah. And it is possible that GumiHo won't feel comfortable. I mean, GumiHo has been playing StarCraft 2 since the beginning, pretty sure.
Since the dawn of time.
Since the dawn of StarCraft 2, which was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Maybe he was like, you know, doing it like a PC bang, but whatever. Bong. Anyways, I feel pretty confident they'll still play mech. It's just like, it's a GumiHo. If he's not gonna play mech, I don't know if it's actually gonna be because of the map pool. It's because like, I don't feel like playing mech, because he can play a pretty good, mean bio game too.
Did you just pronounce PC bang as PC bong?
Because it is.
Dude, that's like when people say croissant instead of croissant.
Oh, is it?
Dude, that is just such a douchey way to say it. I'm sorry.
How? It's the correct way to say it.
Croissant.
Croissant?
I don't know. Maybe that's just me who hears it that way. Yo, chat, if you think zombie up, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, okay, so you're right. Like, he's been around for a while. I think with the one thing is like, well, he's gotten known for playing mech. It's not like he's ever forgotten how to play bio. We've in fact seen GumiHo play bio several times, specifically against versus Zerg. But I don't know. Just again, I'm hoping to see mech on these old maps. I think it'll be a lot of fun for the Terran side.
Yeah, yes. It looks like he's gonna do that medevac drop with Hellions and Marines.
Yeah. Good call, because I normally don't get that heavy on the Marines if you're just gonna go for the tech lab.
Yeah, well, usually showing this amount of Marines is not what you want to do, though. Like, you intentionally only put, like, 1 on either side of the bases where the overload should be, although they're not for true. And then you keep the rest hidden. Because if they see this many Marines, it's, like, it's pretty easy to say, like, wow, he's probably going to go for this drop and scout it.
Well, Hellion's going to poke out for now. A couple of them a little bit early, but still it's getting across there to see what he can find. Get a queen count, an assessment of what's going to be his opposition, maybe pick off a creep tumor.
And two-base Muta got so freaking popular. Doesn't matter who it's against, although in this case it might, because I think she was going to think Gumi was going to go for mech, but even still, like, Impact, you know, a two-base lair every time against...
I think it became more popular because of how incredibly infuriating it became to hold off Hellbat pushes, or even these pushes. We got the Hellions and the 8 Marines. I mean, Banelings will get the job done. It's not Mutalisks that shut this down. It's of course trying to deal with the follow-up in that transition, and usually you're not going for a big old Baneling bust for the counterattack.
Well, the Mutas won't be out in time to help against this, but they will drastically reduce the amount of time the medevac has to harass him. Granted, the Queen doesn't kill it. It is. It shouldn't.
There's so much damage in this push. Normally it's just, the Hellbats or Hellions are usually scary enough on their own. Oh my god, those drones line up so perfectly. Whoa. Oh, rest in peace, Drew. Queen goes down as well. Marine's still holding strong. Zergling's coming out, but into a choke. The Hellions couldn't be in a more fantastic position between this extractor and that hatchery. This is just falling apart so quickly.
Just transfuse the Baneling nest. Oh, poor
awkward.
Queen. This is kind of, I don't want to call it game though, because
it's so much damage. Like, even if it's not game, this is the 2 base build with a 3rd hatchery just now starting. There's not that 3rd base of production. There's not drones already mining down there. Like, this is just all kinds of messy for true. And these Marines still going at it. They might, the Spire's not going to die just yet, but still, half health. Another drop comes in later, picks this off, no problem.
it is going to be mech behind this. GumiHo throws out an armory and a 3rd command center. Of course, the engineering bay is going to be for those mutas, but I think he's got to realize I did so much damage. I don't really have to worry about 10 mutas on my doorstep.
Yeah.
4 is manageable.
Well, the Hellions back at home have definitely indicated mech seems to be the choice here out of our Terran player, as it's I mean the armory's on the way, or sorry, the engineering base on the way, but this is almost for sure assuredly for turrets, and not so much for upgrades.
You will want to get a Thor as well. When True realizes that it is mech, although he's probably guessing to be honest, he could just go full on with the mutas. No dedication to any of the roaches until he absolutely needs them. That type of thing. But he does need something to deal with these Hellions, more so than the mutas. There are enough Hellions where this amount of mutas is not going to kill them that fast for them to deal a lot of damage to the drone line.
9 more drones get fried alive. Lings funnily into that choke on the ram. The last place you want to fight Hellions. Mutalisks will clean this up, but not before more drones die. Already up to 22 workers lost, 12 in total from this attack, 14 even. Oh my goodness, 27 drones down, sitting on half the worker supply of a Terran player. This is the last place any Zerg player wants to find themselves. Good game. The crazy thing for GumiHo was that